Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. This is your bonus love reading for the end of 2022. It's going to be for the rest of the year from whenever you watch it. I'm doing this because, during the 2022 love readings that I did, pretty much everyone had something about the end of the year. So that's why we're doing this. This first row is going to be your general energies in love at this time. Your next row is going to be their current feelings, whether it's a new person, old person, whatever you're dealing with, doesn't matter. That's what we'll do right here. Next, we're going to look at who is coming towards you. Again, could be new person or whatever. We'll just see what comes up. And then in your last row, we're going to look at anything unexpected that could be coming in for you. And you have this firecracker card and you have the lovers, which tells me that what's unexpected is that love could be entering into your life. So there you go, Capricorn. But let's see here. Sorry, I'm running out of room on this table. But you start off here in your general energies with this friendship card. It says friends, acquaintances, and networking. So I feel, teamwork makes the dream work. There you go. And for all of you people that want to hear me say it, right? Teamwork makes the dream work for sure. But could be a friend that's coming in for you. I feel like someone finds you very attractive. You have the Queen of Wands here, and Queen of Wands is literally the card of attraction. I also think it's super interesting that you have the Magician, and he's pointing down like this to the King of Swords. So you could be attracting a person who's older than you with that King of Swords and the Emperor, together. Someone who's very mature, very successful, someone with a lot of knowledge and wisdom, I would say. This person, I feel, has a lot of achievements in their life. They could be famous for some of you. I'm not going to lie. You have the star here. Maybe they're not, famous, but maybe they get a lot of attention at work or in business. The star can be a star. It could just be someone who's really good at their job. Maybe they're like a manager or they get some sort of attention. Again, I feel like this person has a lot of achievements as well. I'm mostly getting fire, so it could be a person who is a fire sign. Again, if you're not into fire signs, it could be an Aquarius as well, or Gemini. So far, that's what I'm picking up on here. But definitely someone with a lot of fire in their chart, or maybe they're just very fiery. You have the Magician, the Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. The interesting thing is I feel like this is someone you've asked for. It's like you asked for something, and the universe is like, here you go. Just that simple. I feel like you asked for this, Capricorn, with the Magician card. I also feel like something about timing as well, as in just like the time is right for you to meet this person. So definitely new love coming into your life. You have the Four of Pentacles. I'm not sure who this is in this connection, if I'm being honest with you. I feel like it could be both people holding on to something. I don't think this person's holding on to the past. I don't necessarily think you're holding on to the past. I feel like you could be holding on to a certain level of stability. It's like, I think we all do this kind of, where it's like, maybe we meet a person and we're like, do I really want this person to invade my personal space, right? Do I really want this person to move into my house? Do I really want this person to come over? It's like, kind of like that type of thing. That's kind of like what I'm getting here. I almost feel like it's both of you. So if I was being super picky about this reading, I would say that maybe the two of you, when you meet this person, are going to have to work on being comfortable, with each other. And maybe it's something that, I think all relationships need work. I don't think they're I wouldn't want to enter into a relationship where there was no work to be done necessarily, because that defeats the purpose. And it says you're not working on the relationship, right? Plain and simple. So I feel like this is just something that needs to be worked on. You have the Queen of Wands. So I feel like you're very attractive at this time. I would definitely be getting out there if I were you, Capricorn, with this energy. You have the Star as well. Definitely a lot of attention. And it doesn't matter what gender you are either. I just feel you're just getting a lot of attention with the Queen of Wands. I kind of feel like you're doing your own thing as well, which is interesting. That's how it's popping into my head with the Queen of Wands. I feel like you're not so worried about things going on around you. I feel you're kind of just doing your own thing in life. Very independent energy. I wouldn't even call it independent. It's just more doing your own thing. And because of that, I feel like you're attracting a person who kind of just does their own thing. And I feel it's a very attractive trait is kind of what I'm picking up on here. So, definitely a person who's kind of like you. We're going to clarify with the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. And with the Magician, you have this eccentricity card. Every single person has had this card. I have 3 copies of this deck. I rotate every single reading. So people always ask me, are the cards sticking? I'm like, you can see how slippery they are. And I choose randomly as well, right? My intuition chooses. I don't choose. And, just super interesting to me that this card keeps coming up. And this is Saturn in Aquarius as well. It makes perfect sense to me because we're entering into the age of Aquarius. You have the star here, Aquarius. So you could be attracting someone who, again, does their own thing. That's really what I was getting on that Queen of Wands. I feel like you do too. It's like you two are very similar in that sense. Maybe you're both eccentric. Maybe you both just kind of live life on your own terms, I kind of feel like this person that you could be attracting here, they don't do anything like normal is what I'm getting here as well. It's like their life, I think that some of you could be attracting a person where it's like, how the hell, do they live life like this? But like in a good way. Reminds me, I watched some like random ass documentary about some guy who, I don't know, I'm not into cars necessarily, but he was like a Porsche collector or something. He's like, I think he's a director or something like that, but he like is into cars. He bought this like big ass warehouse. He put his house in it. It looks really cool. And like he does all this stuff. He shoots movies in it. He's like a mad scientist of life. That's like what I would classify that as, because he does like 900 things. He's like clothing designer. He does like all these things, like random stuff. And you're like, it's like, how the hell does he do that? All those things that he wants to do. And that's kind of like what I'm getting here. Is you could be attracting a person like that who maybe they have like 20 jobs, or maybe I would say businesses based off of the Emperor showing up here. So like a very eccentric kind of like does their own thing person. With the Four of Pentacles, you have fulfillment here. Again, maybe the two of you are fulfilled just as you are right now. So, that's very powerful as well. When we attract a person, like when we are truly fulfilled and they are truly fulfilled on their own, it's like they don't need anyone in their life. You don't need them. And that actually makes a good relationship because it's kind of like you don't need each other. You just want to be with each other. So it's much deeper, much more different. There's definitely something involving money here as well. So again, you could be attracting either you're becoming very successful, which definitely makes sense to me based off the astrology, or you're attracting a person who's very successful. With the Queen of Wands, you have this innovation card, another Aquarius card, right? Yeah, this is Jupiter in Aquarius. So for a lot of you, you could definitely be attracting an Aquarius into your life. But again, innovation, exactly what I was talking about. This person's like a mad scientist of life. I feel that the person you could be attracting kind of does their own thing. I also feel like that is saying that you should be innovating how you attract love in your life. Like if you only ever have gotten love like a certain way, then I feel this is encouraging you to like go socialize, go try dating apps, go try whatever, especially if you want love. Next, in the area of their current feelings, you have this protection card. We kind of already saw this with the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like you could be attracting a person here. This is definitely a new person, by the way. I'm not getting anything from the past at all from this reading, except you do have the Six of Cups at the end. But Six of Cups really isn't a card of the past. I'll explain that in a minute. But I kind of feel this person could be a little protective over the things that they have earned in their life. So, I think when you attract like a successful person, like you could be here, Capricorn, I think they had to go through a lot, which we see with the Six of Wands, you have the Temperance card, the Emperor, and the Six of Wands. The thing with the Six of Wands is that this guy, he's being cheered on, he's found success, but he has been to war. He has experienced loss, he's experienced, all the horrible things that occur during war, and yeah, he's successful, but he's coming home, but he still has experienced those things. So I'm not saying you're attracting a person with trauma, but I'm just saying you could be attracting a person who's like a little bit nervous about, letting someone move in or getting married, because I feel like they had to fight very hard to get to where they're at. And so getting them to open up might just take a little bit of time. The good news is I feel like this person's very mature. So again, it's not something I would be concerned about. I literally feel that they will tell you exactly how they feel. So, don't question it. I think sometimes it's surprising when we meet a person who tells us exactly how they feel, because most people don't, right? Most people keep their feelings hidden. So sometimes we don't listen. And it's definitely popping into my head that it's going to be very important for you to listen to this person, because I feel like they're going to tell you things like, hey, they might literally say, hey, I'm nervous to think about getting married because, I'm afraid of losing all my stuff if things don't work out. Like very legitimate fears, right? And, but what I would say is they're talking about it. They're willing to discuss it. They aren't hiding from it. So, definitely a very mature type of person here. Could be an Aries. Could also be a Sagittarius. You have the Temperance card here. They definitely have fire in their chart somewhere if they're not a fire sign. But this person, I feel, is kind of like very hardworking. I feel like they're looking for love. You see how he has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land? I feel like this person is kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out about emotions, right? The water's emotions. You have the Star card. She's about to get into the water, the pool of water there. So this person is ready for love as well. And I think that's different for how their life has been. Maybe they've been kind of more just focused on work or, whatever it is that they do in life. This could also be you as well, Capricorn. With the Temperance card, you have this Vision card. This is Sun in Pisces. So I feel like this person has a very clear vision in general. I feel like they see things that they want in life and they make it happen. So definitely a go-getter type of energy, which we have been pretty much getting this whole entire time. I also feel like they could be very intuitive. I also feel this is asking, I'm getting a million things in your reading. I also feel like this is asking you to trust your intuition. Like you could be very intuitive about a feeling about a person. It's like maybe there's some things where you're kind of like, oh, this person is kind of closed off. They're afraid to get married. But again, maybe at the same time, your intuition is saying, be patient. But I also feel like this person is communicating. It's not like they're saying, they're not saying anything, right? I feel like they're being very upfront and honest. With the Emperor, again, you have this originality card. This person is very original. They literally have every single card now that could represent someone who's like very innovative. Wouldn't surprise me if you like meet a person who's invented things, who is like a trendsetter, who does their own thing, all that stuff, right? Because you have all these cards that kind of represent that. Definitely could be Aquarius energy here. If they're not an Aquarius, I would say they have Aquarius in their chart. With the Six of Wands, you have this Inheritance card. I feel like this person wants to build and leave a legacy. This is a major focus right now. People always say, like, why do you keep saying that? I'm like, well, Uranus and Taurus. We have Uranus and Taurus until the end of 2025. Uranus and Taurus wants, like, true freedom, but also, Uranus and Taurus wants us to build up establishments in our life, whatever that means for you. That could be building a business, building a family, could be building up enough money to have an inheritance to hand down through generations. I feel like that's a major focus for this person that you'll be meeting. So I kind of feel that's who's coming towards you. Someone who wants to leave a legacy. And again, it makes sense based off the astrology, especially because you're an earth sign, right? And that Uranus energy is trining you no matter what until the end of 2025. So it doesn't surprise me that you could be meeting a person like that. Could be a Scorpio as well, I'm getting with that energy. Next in the area, what are we doing? Next in the area of who's coming towards you, you have this Dog card. It says loyalty, determination. I mean, pretty much everything we've talked about. The person's going to be very loyal to you. And again, determination, clearly, based off of everything we've already talked about, this person's very determined to succeed. And again, I feel that's one thing that will really stand out to you. It's something that will really probably capture your attention. You have the Star, the Two of Wands, and the King of Swords here. So this person, I feel, is like getting ready to leave a comfort zone with the Two of Wands. You can see that he's standing where he has always been. It's like, I feel this person is established. He's standing at the top of a castle on the Two of Wands. This is his village down here, and he's about to get out into the world, and he's looking for something. So I feel like whoever you're attracting is like looking for love. They've established something, they've reached a certain point in their life, and now they're ready and open to meet someone new. Again, I feel this person could be older than you, and again, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to. I just feel this person has been through a lot, which we've already talked about. The King of Swords, he has the most knowledge and wisdom out of all the kings. He knows a lot of things, but he's also, it's deeper than just knowledge. Again, he has the wisdom. Wisdom is putting knowledge into action. He's actually experienced the things that he knows. So definitely a very wise person. Again, you could be the same age, right? You could be the same age as this person, but I feel in a lot of ways that they, like I said, they have just a certain maturity about them. It's kind of weird because at first, I've never noticed this on the King of Swords, believe it or not, but it looks like he has a ring on his finger right here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that kind of like ring right there, but I feel for a lot of you, this is the person you're going to marry. I've never noticed that about the King of Swords, so there you go. You have the Star here. Again, I do feel like some of you could be attracting a star. Maybe they're not literally famous, but maybe they just get a lot of attention, or maybe they're successful in their business, or something they do gets them attention. So someone who has a lot of attention. I feel like this person sees the big picture as well, like of life with that Star card, and they're very focused, with the Star card as well, which we kind of already know. With the Star, you have the Empathy card. I feel you have the Sun in Pisces, Moon in Pisces. Could be a Pisces for some of you. Again, as I've been saying to everyone, I mean, Pisces is all up in everybody's business for some reason. I'm a Pisces, so I'm calling myself out here, right? But Pisces has been basically in everybody's reading. But I feel this person's very empathetic. And again, another dog on the card, so very kind, compassionate, and definitely loyal to you. With the Two of Wands, you have this control card. I don't think this person is controlling. This is like the World card. You see how the world is here? Then you have the snake eating its own tail. This person's sitting on top of the world. I feel this person's very successful, like we've been talking about this whole entire time. I mean, we're beating a dead horse at this point. But this person's very successful. That guy also has a beard, so definitely could be someone who's older than you, more mature. With the King of Swords, you have this protection card. I almost feel like this is like a divinely guided connection. It's one of those things where I don't even think it can be stopped. So, it's like this person is definitely meant to be in your life no matter what. And that's the energy I get here. That is the Moon in Aries. So this person could be Moon in Aries. Again, this person definitely has fire in their chart somewhere. I feel that if they're not a fire sign, that's something that will stand out to you. Next in the area of the unexpected, you have the Skull card. It says hidden secrets can harm you. And you have this Firecracker card. It says excitement. I feel this person is very exciting. I would definitely not keep secrets from this person. They have the Pisces cards here, the Sun in Pisces, Moon in Pisces, so it could be someone who's very intuitive. I feel like they'd rather just have you be honest about everything, and they probably won't judge you either, so there's no reason not to be honest with this person. But I don't really I don't feel this is going to be like that big of a deal. You have the Lovers, the Ten of Wands, and the Six of Cups. Again, I do feel that love could be a surprise for some of you. I know this is a love reading, and obviously if you made it this far to the end of the reading, then you are looking for love. But it just feels a little surprising to me. Maybe it's just a little bit better than you think. Maybe it's just a little bit, maybe it's just a little bit more exciting than you think. Maybe, I'm not saying that you've settled, but maybe you've gotten to a point in life where you're starting to say, well, I don't need someone who's perfect, but this person's like perfect, right? So I kind of feel like maybe in the recent past you've been making some concessions, let's put it that way, in love. But I feel like this person's like perfect. I don't want to say that, but because I don't think anyone's perfect. And I don't think we should when we start putting people on a pedestal, that's a bad idea as well, because then we're not seeing them realistically. I think, as I've said to everyone else, we have Neptune and Pisces. I think we need to be very realistic. In relationships. Neptune and Pisces is too much fantasy. But, I don't know. I feel like you're a little bit surprised by this person. You have the Ten of Wands here. I feel like you've been burdened just in life in general. And again, I get a very, softening energy with this person. They could, soften you up. They could make you feel calm or, something along those lines. I feel like you're putting down burdens in love just in general. And you have the Six of Cups. This is like your soulmate. Six of Cups, to me, is not a card of going back to the past. I know a lot of readers read it as a card of going back to the past, but that's not really what it means. Even in the Golden Tarot, for example, the book for the Golden Tarot says, do not go back to the past, very specifically. It's just a card of thinking of the past, but really it's like a soulmate. So I feel there's this person is your soulmate that's coming in for you here, Capricorn. Let's see. With the Lovers, you have this Patience card. You've been very patient for this person. Again, this is probably why you can't believe it, because I feel you have waited a long time for a person like this, and here they are. So there you go. Surprise, surprise. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Escape card. I would be careful running away from something that's good as well with the situation. Maybe you've experienced, I kind of feel that energy where you have experienced a lot of runners in your relationship life, a lot of people who just run away and give up for no reason. I feel like this person's in it for the long haul. I feel like this person is like the Ten of Wands. I feel like they can carry a lot of weight. They can carry a lot of burdens. I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying when things get hard, I feel like, they aren't afraid to face challenges head on, And so that's kind of like what I see here. With the Six of Cups, you have the Influence card. I feel like this person has a lot of influence. Again, like I said, this person could be semi-famous or famous. Take it how it resonates, obviously. I don't think we're all going to end up with a famous person, right? This isn't like Brad Pitt, but as I always say. But this is someone who carries influence. Again, maybe at work they're like a manager or a leader of some sort. This is, not just a regular person. I feel like they carry a certain amount of weight, like I said, with that Ten of Wands. But with it comes success. So this looks really good. Again, I feel there's someone who you really desire coming in for you. Love it. So we're going to pull 3 yes, no question cards now here, Capricorn. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think your questions 1, 2, and 3. For question number 1, I would say hell yes, Chariot. Definitely a victory coming in for you. It could be a Cancer coming in for you as well. For question number 2, I would say yes if you're committed. Seven of Wands is a card of commitment. It's like a card of needing. If you know that you're going to be successful, then yes. And for question number 3, I would say hell yes, Ten of Pentacles. Again, it's funny you have that inheritance card, and I was talking about the Ten of Pentacles. So everybody's been getting the Ten of Pentacles, and it's a card of building or leaving a legacy. So I would definitely go for it with this energy, especially if you're meeting someone new. This looks amazing here, Capricorn, so thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.